Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Digital QF, and once again, it is your weekly events over time, the Journeyman League match day number 3. And today, our first matchups will be Dynasty versus Exsto Gaming, with the second later being the core team versus Nebula. Now, guys, I'm stoked to be back here again, casting, of course. And this tournament is brought to you by Mates Rates Mortgage Brokers and powered by Aspera. Now, first off, real quick, let's just go to the current standings of all the teams. Right now, you can see, of course, Ooga Booga, they have the best record so far. 13 rounds won, only 1 round lost. Granted, it has only been the first week, so these numbers are yet to change. And on your top 4, you see Ooga Booga, Nebula, McTeam, and Exsto, to be expected, in my opinion, to have 1 loss. And on your bottom, you have the losses for those teams: Sanguine, Dynasty, Crack Team, and McCore Team. And as you can see, the rounds for and rounds against, you can match them up with the corresponding teams: Ooga Booga versus McCore Team, Sanguine, and Exsto, so on and so on. Overall, not much to be said right here today, but Exsto versus Dynasty today, going by the pure numbers, Exsto, they maybe have a slight advantage. But right now, looking at the teams for tonight, Dynasty Esports Club, you have Lucas, or Lukes, Kaseki, Nameless, Kyoto, and Purple Sherbet. Meanwhile, for Exsto Gaming, Somboy, Stranger, Motion, Bajayer, LST. Now, one thing I want to point out, I don't know too much about Dynasty Esports Club, but for Exsto, some of these players, they actually played in the LPL Amateur, or I think it's the Amateur League, I'm going to be honest, and they were on different teams, but now this is the new team, Exsto Gaming. It was mainly Someboy, Stranger, and Motion, I think. They were on the previous 3. And now let's get started at the Impact players. This is Bajayer. He will be the Impact player for Exsto Gaming. And this was during his game versus Sanguine on Ascent. 288 combat rating and a KDA of 24, 18, and 3. Something to be jealous of, doing pretty well for himself. 3 first bloods, even as Omen, a smoker, not even a entry fragger duelist. And now let's check it out what the Impact player is on Dynasty. Purple Sherbet. Granted, this game was played offline. I wasn't there to watch it, and this was versus McTeam, who are no slouches themselves. 277 combat rating, slightly less than Bajayer, but nothing to be ashamed of. 22, 16, 24 KDA with 4 first bloods, doing good work as the Rays, a entry fragger duelist role for his team. Now, guys, we've seen the Impact players for both teams, for today at least, but once again, these are bound to change. And for tonight, the vetoes of Exsto versus Dynasty. Exsto, of course, as you can see on the nice graphics, they have Ban Icebox. Dynasty, on the contrary, bans Haven. Exsto once again on Split, Dynasty on Bind. So the final map to be played is Ascent. Now, one fun fact, actually, currently in this tournament, Ascent has been the most picked map, with Bind being the least picked map. And Ascent, it's an execute-heavy map. Frankly, I'm expecting to see a lot of hard side executions, close calls, and teamwork coming up from both teams. And in my opinion, whichever team they can land the harder frags and plays perhaps the better jets across mid, they will have the advantage. Guys, thank you. And this is just a pre-show. The teams, they are getting ready. And in fact, we're already starting right now. Map 1 Ascent coming your way real soon, right now. All right, and Exsto Gaming for tonight. This is the best of 1. Need I remind you again, they will be on defense on Ascent. Meanwhile, Dynasty starting on the attack. Exsto, Somboy, already on the Omen, insta-lock. Stranger, toying with the Viper. I'm pretty eager to see if there are actual strats for Viper on Ascent. I've seen it once, actually, in the Valorant Oceanic Tour closed qualifiers, I believe. It didn't go so well for the team that played Viper. Motion, of course. Jet. Need I say more? Jet on Ascent. You have good angles. You use the Blade Storms. Use the Operator. Take mid control. Take A long control. Peek B main. Dash away. Untradeable. Bajayer on the Killjoy as opposed to Nameless, hovering over the Cypher. And LSD, of course, on Rays. No Sova yet to be played on Exsto Gaming. In my opinion, a quintessential agent for Ascent. Meanwhile, Dynasty, they do indeed lock in the Sova, Cypher, Omen, Rays, and Kyoto on the Sage pick. Now, I really do like that. If memory serves me correctly, if memory serves me correctly, Sage actually was played by RDW for Wildcard Gaming on Ascent a while ago in the Oceanic Tour, and my god, did he pop off. He aced actually on the second or third round with a Bucky. I was there. Stranger, of course, not playing Viper after all. Gonna look on this over, and we are seeing pretty much a mirror matchup with the exclusion of Killjoy as opposed to Cypher, and Jets being traded out for Sage. Camera controls, of course, being handed over to the lovely Crash. You can follow him on Twitter at CrashOBS. He's your premier observer in OCE, and thank God for having him here, so it makes my job a lot easier. And Crash, as you can see, he anonymously agrees with me. Now, okay, Exsto Gaming and the two teams actually, Exsto and Dynasty, sharing good sportsmanship moments in the chat, telling each other to have fun, wishing each other best of luck before they absolutely squash each other's brains out on the hard pavement. Dynasty, 5 players outside B main, getting ready to perhaps go for an aggressive push early on. But Jair, only the Sheriff, is a wallbang time, baby. Yes, it is. Doesn't actually manage to land anything. Actually tanks down the Cypher and Ketos very slightly. The orb is going to be taken by the Sage as they should. Steal the orb, it's free. And on your Sage, already 1 out of 7 for the Resurrection. Dynasty, they're going to be able to take B sides relatively easy. All 5 players forming on Sage, also block off the defensive spawn rotation angle. Kaseki, good for 1, but Jay by himself, no armor. Remember, this is a Sheriff and misses all his shots, gets sprayed down easily. Dynasty, 2 players up, and the retake coming in swiftly for Exsto Gaming. However, things aren't going their way. It's down to the last 2 players, and they have to expend utility just to even get onto the site. Dynasty, they are not letting go of any form of control at all. I like this utility setup as well. Nameless, he's up about buys time, and oh dear me, Stranger peeks by himself, gets swung by 3 players at once. Down in motion now. The last player standing has the jet dash and 1 updraft to work with. Granted, oh, it does not matter because Nameless point blank takes him down. Dynasty, they do take round 1. On the bright side, actually, Motion, that round, he got 2 kills, and he did die, so he's already halfway to having the Jet Blade Storms. If he can perhaps steal an Ult Orb and get 2 kills this round, even if he dies, it doesn't matter, because he'll have the Blade Storm ready, ideally, by round 3. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Kiseki, 4 out of 7. However, it is the Omen from the Shadows TP, not as useful as one would like on the attacking side. It's a buy-up, of course, with SMGs and a Guardian on the side of Dynasty, taking a page straight out of the Zhu Yifeng's playbook, perhaps. Exsto on the defense. I like this aggressive positioning all the way in mid. Dynasty Lucas, however, I think he might discover... Oh, no, Sunboy, he's still hidden! LSD, he gets traded out, and Sunboy, he's going to have to make some work happen for his team. Motion first to peek, and Sunboy might have to play with his teammate here. Damage is good, but Motion not being able to quite capitalize off of his teammate's death. But Jair pushing down mid and will take down Nameless. That's an assist already coming out. 2 players left on the defense. Dynasty, the plant coming down. Double the manpower of Exsto. Spike has been planted, and now the pressure is on for the retake. Motion, that Sheriff perhaps. Glass cannon at this rate, but Jay, good thing already not checking on the stage or and Keto. Oh my gosh, execution back into the spinal cord of Killjoy and losing only 1 player. Dynasty, they take their 2nd round. Motion, well, I had high hopes and wishes for him. At least he will have the Blade Storms this round, no matter what. Ideally, if he gets a kill, as he should on Jets. Full rifle buy-ups and armor coming out from Exsto Gaming. Meanwhile, Dynasty looking to play the bonus. Purple Sherbet still has the Guardian in his hands, and Nameless, from dying down mid, unceremoniously, will have to stick with a Sheriff. LSD, oh, that Sage slow up actually. If it was comboed perhaps with a Raise Grenade, it would have been deadly for LST. Thankfully, it doesn't come to fruition. Keto clearing B main by himself though. No teammates quite there to back him up initially. will once again steal the ultimate orb. Just charging up that resurrection. And oh, Nameless, but Jay is spraying through the smoke, takes down Luke S on top. The 2-piece, and Sunboy is there to back him up. Dynasty, they've already lost 2 players now, and they haven't even managed to take a step out of B main. Things aren't looking too good, I will be honest. Probably sure, but it's all down to him to get a few picks with the Guardian. The harder hitting gun, oh, good for a little bit of damage onto Motion, but the Vandal spray down at that distance. Dynasty just not having it this round. All the players falling one at a time. No retribution kills coming through. LST spots out Keto just outside B main, and Keto perhaps going to get pinched. Sunboy somehow hasn't seen Keto, and now Keto, oh my god, sprays Sunboy down with the Spectre. Almost taking down Bajair as well, but Bajair does get the 3-piece to finally give his team the first round win. Motion, there you go, there's the Blaze Storms that I was hyping up so much a little bit earlier. Bajair, 6 out of 7. Now that's Killjoy lockdown will be so deadly in holding down the sites or retaking. It all comes down to how Bajair wants to play this B site. Does he opt to play on site and risk having the lockdown and getting it destroyed on a push, or playing off site, getting killed and retaking with his team? Sunboy with a Bucky Bot. Pretty interesting. 0 kills as of yet, on par with Stranger. Meanwhile, it will be Dynasty's first buy round. Good paranoia Motion. He's still pre-firing with assistance from his teammates. Sober Arrow. Oh no, Sunboy! What was that? He gets taken down through the wall. Nameless, I think, probably off of his own teammate's recon arrow. Oh, let's get the kill. And the defense. Already a man down. It's only 30 seconds in this round. Plenty of time left for Dynasty to figure out which side to hit and win the day. Purple Sherbet, just holding the angle, and Bajair walks right into his crosshairs. Motion tapping away, trading blow for blow, these 2 teams right now. But once again, Exsto, you are a man down, and Dynasty, you have the resurrection available as well. Motion, you can't be whiffing those shots, man. Not at that range. 59 HP. This is a deadly wallbang angle. Gets stage slow. Not that it was even needed. Stranger, however, does clap back and brings Exsto back into the fold. 2-on-2. No resurrections coming out this time. Purple Sherbet trying to get another tap. Doesn't quite happen though. And Exsto, 10 seconds still at recon arrow on Stranger, should be benefiting Dynasty. I mean, should be benefiting Exsto on this retake. Dynasty Kaseki though, I really do like this off angle, but that recon arrow will prove to be his downfall potentially, unless it gets shot ASAP. Good shot by Kaseki. Even footing again. Time is ticking down though. Oh, Exsto, Stranger, why do you push it by yourself? No teammates there back him up. LSC now 70 HP. Does do good damage. Good shot onto 1. May have heard the Omen TP, but the spike is stick down but too far. LSD not gonna let the Omen survive, and Kaseki does get the better of him at the end. Will go down to the spike. Indeed he does. Everyone dies, but Dynasty, they do win the round. 4 ultimates now on the side of Dynasty. Oh dearie me, things are looking really spicy now on the attacking side. Showstopper already available for a hard aggression push. And just clear sight. Draw all the attention to yourself, be the human flashbang while the rest of your team pushes up after you making space. Nameless, Giseki, Neural Theft from the shadows. Not much I can really say about that. Situational, and Keto once again holding onto the Sage Resurrection Motion. There you go. That Blade Storms. Watching the right angle, but Sherbet, if he goes for a hard push, it may just catch Motion off guard, but indeed, Purple Sherbet's the one getting tagged down a little bit, and this is good! Takes down in the point blank, and the Judge going to Motion. Style points this man, flying through the air. The Dragon follows a new magazine. And Purple Sherbet at that range, with the Judge actually does lose to Bajair, but 29 HP. No heals on the side of Exsto. 3v4 on the retake, and inferior weaponry. The post-plant defense is dug in very deep. I like that sage wall as well, actually. You can see the feet. Nameless is going to push out the angle. Oh, that's risky. Almost getting exploded by the paint shells. LXD, that was a great play. Just wasn't quite enough. Wow. Kiseki, that's a pretty good wallbang. Just takes Sunboy down unexpectedly. All down to Bajair now, has a Judge to work with. But, as you can see, since the short door is closed, none of the players of Dynasty will be escaping short. 4 players all Going long, and of course holding the angle, but Jair holds a pipe dream and a half. At that distance, to get a kill with the judge, he will get taken down. Dynasty taking a 3-round lead now, early on. Exsto, relatively quiet this game. However, Stranger and LST, they will have their ultimates, ideally, coming into this round. But Jair, Killjoy locked down. And that could swing the tide in their favor, because by God, do they have to pick up a round and stop the momentum of Dynasty anytime soon. Dynasty, back to their old habits. Relatively a default play. Luke S gets smashed by the paint shells briefly, but thankfully they do have a healing monk on this side to bring him back up to full health. Motion that's really aggressive and nameless. Watching 2 angles at once, and Bajaya, not like this. The Killjoy lockdown. That's the one player who can't die early round. You have to play offsite and play retake with your team. And that turret will tell you if anyone pushes out B main. And once again, Purple Sherbet gets that initial entry frag. Oh shit. Oh, dear me. This is actually pretty good. Flanking around. Might be able to pick up a player mid. Indeed he does. Onto Nameless. Some boy. On B. Perhaps not aware the Purple Sherbet is actually really close and pushed out of the B main angle. Some boy, however. The retake is going to be difficult. I mean, the side hold, able to take it down, nothing that matters. And the showstopper, good for nothing. And Jeremy Keto finally uses that resurrection. Dynasty. They are really huge into this game. Motion, great timing, 3 kills for him now. What a way to play right behind him. Purple Sherbet, the patience is paying off. And the dig as well onto Stranger. The spike is down.
Out of charges.
Hunter's Fury available.
Standing ahead.
Will be opting to use it to perhaps get this final kill. Kiseki, very low as well. Stranger. Okay. Going for the default plant spot. I like this, and he will win the round, Stranger. Of course, with the Hunter's Fury. Takes down Kiseki. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Oh, dearie me. What a shot, yeah? That plant could have come from anywhere. That shock dart was accounting for the default plant spot. Meanwhile, the Hunter's Fury just cleared everywhere else on site. It was a matter of deduction. Sooner or later, some boy he would have died. Wait, no, Kaseki actually. But some boy, oh dearie me, my eyes were drawn to him because he's currently on 0 kills, 6 deaths, dying every round. The Jair. I wish you the best of luck to survive this round. And come on, Killjoy lockdown, man. For the retake on the B side, because Dynasty, 4 players outside B. Once again, the ultimate orb being taken to charge the stage. Ultimates. Some boy this time there to back up his teammates. Should Purple Sherbet push again. Well, that's risky. And Purple Sherbet, indeed, he does smell blood. However, the paint shells do get faked out. Motion, I really like this. He heard a footstep down mid, and being Jet as well. He can go for an aggressive peek and dash away ASAP. Keto looking the wrong way, perhaps. Oh, that spray down with Nameless and Stranger. Nameless, he can't get healed up real soon. And Motion, he himself, there you go, has to dash out of the way. Only doing a little bit of damage, however, he himself getting tagged quite heavily. Some boy there to back up his teammate. The Killjoy has to stay alive now because of the take from Dynasty. He's coming over the B site. Vegeta and some boy. Toe chiming in, and of course it's Purple Sherbet to get the clap back. Oh, point blank again. Vegeta goes down. No Killjoy ultimate, no lockdown again.
30 seconds left.
Nameless, very low. It's all down to Purple Sherbet to win the day for his team. 2 on 2. Oh, Purple Sherbet, the paint shells, of course. You trap Motion in the corner. 3 kills already.
Spike planted.
He just used the showstopper, and he's well on track to get another one. LSD by himself. Not much utility to work with. Yes, you do have blast packs, but they don't do much damage anymore. Perhaps he could use it for movements. The fast speed counts. However, his footsteps, they are trucking loud. Purple Sherbet has the angle. 4 kills his way. Raise difference. Dynasty taking a 3-round lead again. Exsto, on the defense, something isn't quite going right. In my opinion, actually, watching the B side, I do think Bajir, he should be playing more passively and perhaps off-site, because it's always Dynasty. They always seem to be able to take the B side. They haven't gone A once yet this game. It's always B, and Bajir, he always gets taken down. That Killjoy ultimate, it's the 7th round now, still hasn't been used for a retake. Dynasty, it's a cakewalk at this point. Purple Sherbet, 12 kills his way. He'll have that showstopper in no time. Good teamwork over Paranoia. Granted, it was wasted. And Motion gonna have to step up huge for his team this round because Exsto, they really don't have much in the terms of weaponry. Lucas, Hunter's Fury now. He's looking to get a ping. Might just shoot someone with it real soon. Doesn't unfortunately tag anyone. Oh, he will shoot it out. Will he tag anyone though? That's the question. Oh, narrowly missing Motion. Keto rejoining his teammates, top mid, and Bajair. My gosh, look at this angle. He's pushed so far out of B. This could be huge, but however, he does have a Sheriff. That means it will be a one-shot execution to the head for most of these players. So it's a question of how many he can take down. Bajair, the timing works out his favor. Good for one. Yes, good for two. Kiseki and Nameless, they do go down to the Cowboy. Now Lucas, oh, the timing narrowly misses out Bajair, and Stranger tapping away into Keto. Keto, however, being Sage, will have a self-heal. Purple Sherbet chimes in as well, 3-on-3. Now Keto, that Sage, it's somewhat questionable. It doesn't matter though, because you will kill Bajair and the lockdown. Oh my god, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's such a beneficial ultimate. Just it doesn't get used. Okay, might catch the spike carrier in time. Does damage though. LST will finish the job. It's movement tech, and oh my gosh, Purple Sherbet just runs right into LST. And proves once again to be the superior Rays, at least in this matchup. Dynasty, up by 4. Not looking to slow down anytime soon. They're winning rounds 2 rounds at a time. Being cut off by Exsto. Just briefly stopping their momentum. And going down again. Keto, close to having Resurrection. It'll be a full buy from both teams, but the economy actually for Dynasty, it's not as good as you may have hoped off of having a 4-round lead, as they haven't managed to get quite a good consecutive run of rounds. Finally, Motion being really aggressive with his team. Motion, LST will chime in, and Keto finally with a clap back to Exto. They do take the hard advantage. LST still spraying through the smoke. Cross their placement. That's all down to Purple Sherbet by himself, and Bajair will finally win the engagement by being aggressive. Exto, they do pick up a round now. Half the round score of Dynasty, and by God, that round went by quickly. Dynasty, I was saying earlier, their economy wasn't great despite having a lead, and now you can see what happens. Kiseki probably gonna have to sell that rifle to half buy with his team. Gonna have to play sheriffs, everyone, just so they can have money to come into the next round. And this is Exto's chance to come back and make up for lost ground. Bumping all points while you're at it. LST, ooh, good push. And he himself actually, oh, the drop down damage, going down to 62. That's not exactly ideal. Motion, aggression again. Keto will take down Stranger. Now this is really dangerous for LST. This is bad from Exto. Motion pushes out by himself. No teammates there to back him up. No one to watch his angles. And Dynasty, they're up a player. Oh, dear me, Somboy, that TP going unpunished by Purple Sherbet. 3-on-3 after Resurrection, however, will come out from Keto. They do have Sheriffs, and now a Phantom, actually. This round looking very possible. But that Killjoy lockdown from Bajair will be the game changer. Paint shells. It will buy time, and Lucas might get tagged down a little bit. On 37 now, I do think he took some damage. Surely, 2 players of Dynasty, very low HP, the Omen and Sova, 1 shot away from death. Keto, however, 10 seconds till he can heal one them. Slightly more. Ideally, I do think he should be looking to heal the Sova, because that recon arrow is very prudent for post-plant defense and a site take. And the Omen just throws smoke down now, die later, it's alright. Keto, fragile, vulnerable, and Bajair in prime position to put down that lockdown. About 15 seconds left. The plant has to come down for Dynasty. ASAP, lockdown being used. But however, it doesn't actually cover that much of sites, because Exto, they can just, all 4 players go to the back of B and plant the spike and set up for defense. Questionable. 3v4, Somboy doing good due diligence for his team, and Bajair peeks by himself. No teammates to push at the same time. Nameless Takes them down. Now 2v4. They have rifles though for Exsto. It's possible. The spray down. It's not happening. Nameless good for 2. Kyoto chimes in, and Dynasty off the skin of their teeth. They take away this round. A thrifty buy. Having sheriffs all the way. This should not be happening if you are Exsto. Going aggressively that early on, you lose 2 players, someone else gets tagged, and Bajay, oh, that killjoy lockdown, don't even get me started. It didn't even cover most of B's sites, so it doesn't really make a difference. Dynasty, they're probably just as confused as I was. They can still plant, and then just buddy up, play post-plant, get the trades going. You have the man advantage. Sherbet, again. Showstopper, already available. Cheeto, now he could be in prime position to go down. However, Exsto, they don't go aggressively and push. I like that smoke because it did isolate Keto briefly. Motion tapping away with the Spectre, and at that range, oh, Purple Sherbet does finally get the headshot. He himself, however, very worse for wear. Keto, oh, great shot onto Sunboy, and he can probably hear the Rays behind him begging for a heal. It will come out. Bajaya. The turret will be able to spot B main. And Dynasty, I do think this is a B take yet again. They've gone A once, I think, actually. Showstopper is out for J. I like the patience. He's buying his time, and the sneak attack does play off. Good for 2. And Purple Sherbet, oh, dearie me, was there perhaps to get a kill, but it was Nameless who will finish him off. Now, Stranger at that distance with a shorty lands a kill. Color me surprised. However, we'll only have a judge to work with. Purple Sherbet, I like that positioning. He will have snuck into the deep end of spawn angle, and Stranger still clueless. Stranger, oh, the timing actually catches Purple Sherbet. Only a judge left, and at that range, oh, that came so close. Geseki almost going down to Stranger. That judge nearly came in clutch.
Last round.
Oh, however, perhaps for Stranger, crouching and betting on the accuracy of the judge to land the shots maybe would have fared better if he was sprinting and running, dodging the Vandal bullets of Geseki, and that judge maintaining its relatively decent movement accuracy bonus would have been able to win the round. Last round of the first half, and Dynasty looking so strong now. They're up by 5. Exsto struggling.
Area.
Interesting buy by Lucas, the operator on Sova. Not the most mobile character, and they don't really have a jet on their team, so I guess he will have to make do. Motion. Looking to go aggressive again for his team. But how long will he wait? There's 2 players in the B-Link angle. Once again, no teammates there to back him up. He can't really afford to go down. But the perks are being jet again. You can get 1 kill, and that's why instantaneous. However, this isn't looking too good. Purple Sherbet will go aggressive. Motion, thankfully did get the flick. And the LSC, this is great. Was that Patient? Will isolate Lucas. It doesn't matter. He gets a couple of bullets to the head. Kyoto strikes back. And the resurrection is going to come through again onto Purple Sherbet. So Dynasty, they are going unchecked.
You will not kill my ally.
Oh, okay. He resurrects Lucas over Purple Sherbet. Not my character of choice. As a Purple Sherbet, he's had a really good run getting kills for Dynasty
30 seconds
this half.
left.
Might as well let him continue. But from a utility perspective, Lucas is definitely the right choice. Those Sova recon arrows, very beneficial for a side take. Keto, great flick. Does miss though. And side take finally will go towards the egg side. LSD gets revealed. Omen from the shadows. And Stranger won't actually get anything with that Aldro dart by himself. This is a risky play. Good for 1. And the flashback from Nameless. 3v3. North depth is available. Nameless, he could perhaps jump up and pump it down. Somboy will catch Geseki with his pants down. Then retake already well on the way and in good hands. But Jay, good for 1. Good bit down. Keezer by himself. Self-heal, 1v2, this looks good enough. Oh, narrowly missing the headshot onto LST. And Exsto, they do at least win the last round of the first half, 4-8. Could be worse, but it could actually be a lot better. 4-8. If Dynasty, they do win the pistol round, they'll be up, looking to be up 10 rounds. Meanwhile, if Exsto do win the pistol on the defense, they'll only get 6 at the best, still not quite on par with Dynasty. But however, Dynasty, if their current streak is anything to be seen, they will take this pistol round. Now it's that sides are switched, they're still on the defense, but however the scoreboard is still actually showing something else. Not that matters.
Right here.
Exsto, 4 players outside the A main angle, no one short, but you do have the Jair playing Lurk, watching a potential B push. There already smokes coming through. Rico and Arrow. Omen Paranoia. Kiseki will have to back off and play retake with his team. Triple Sherman already there. That Boombot might not actually get anything. But Jared, great tap onto Nameless actually. That at that distance as well. That's what happens on a pistol round. We don't have any armor versus a Sheriff 5. Triple Sherman. Goodness me, this guy is deadly accurate. Already takes down Bajair. No lurk, no problem. Next though, he wants down a player, and oh, Purple Sherbet pegging actually, those paint shells up high, takes down motion, the entirety of Exo, they really didn't have anywhere to run on site, those paint shells dropping everywhere, and Dynasty, clean retake, losing only 1 player, and look at that, 9-6, that's remarkable. I want to say actually, Bajair, he had the right idea on the lurk. It's actually what 100 Thieves steal. He does all the time. But unfortunately, that strategy hasn't fared too well for 100 Thieves recently because Sentinels, they were read like a book. They know every round steal will be lurking. So as long as Sentinels, they pay attention to other areas of the map, other areas that 100 Thieves aren't hitting, they will find a solo steal. And that's the flank threat gone. Exto, really aggressive push. You only have pistols this round, so they will have to make do with manpower, dashing off the site. The spike, ideally, to come down now, at least get the plants, get the bonus money. Motion, point blank would be a shorty. Oh, good damage onto Kiseki. Couldn't quite fire off a second shot, though. Goes down himself. Once again, Exto managed to plant the spike, but down a player, inferior guns. Only 1 player on site, LSC. He is fearing for his life currently. The paint shells from Purple Sherbet are forced to be reckoned with. Now the Purple Sherbet, he himself, of course, another force of nature, the judge, getting these kills. And interesting blast back to get a higher angle by Purple Sherbet. Not that's really needed. That Sage will come in clutch. Exto actually, Stranger with the shotgun kills the Keto. And Lucas just being patient will bag himself that final kill. Purple Sherbet pegs the paint shells just for good measure. And now 10 rounds going the way of Dynasty. Sitting really comfortable. They do have time and rounds to play the bonus and just to have a little bit of fun. Purple Sherbet, monstrous currently. 21 kills. Already one off having that showstopper. It's the 3rd round of the second half for crying out loud. Exto, oh man, I am really concerned for them now. Slumboy, 6 out of 7 charges for his From the Shadows TP, as well as 6 kills. It will be a rifle buy for them. However, knowing Dynasty, they may play together and pull some crazy strat, or go aggressive and get the man advantage early round again. Look at this, Purple Sherbet. He's just a bait. And he does get baited. The Jair takes him down with a clean headshot. Exto, off to a great start. And oh, but Jair! You had a good game sense. But out of the crosshair placement wasn't quite there. And as a result, Keto gets 1. Clegg picks up the gun. Good for a 2 into LSD. Lucas strikes back as well. Exto. Ooh, 2v4. Not how they pictured their buy round kick coming in. And the late swing by Sunboy will prove to be the death of Stranger. By himself, 1v4, and the worst part is Keto has a Vandal. Everyone else has SMGs and other guns. Sunboy isn't aware that there's a... well... Kiseki, his counterparts, mid. And his back is showing towards Kiseki. The action coming in swiftly. Exto. You lost your first buy round. This is looking really bad now. It's looking to be match point for Dynasty Esports Club. And soon after, the win. Because look at the money! Exto, what do? Do you hard force up? Or do you try to half buy like what they're doing right now and play for potential overtime? Because you have 3 Buckies, a Judge, and a Sheriff on the attack! Oh, dear me, that Sage Wolf already putting a stop to their plans. Good damage by motion. Oh, narrowly getting a shot off, but however, at that range, those Buckies will be useless. Nameless wants a piece of the pie for himself. Stranger, actually, I take it back, not useless. Does get 1 kill at least. But now doesn't come out. Stranger, good for 2. Sova on Sova. That Bucky, those $900 coming in clutch for his team. And that Boombot will prove to be the death of him. Purple Sherbet doesn't even have to lift a finger. Why kill when utility does it for you?
Match point.
Actually, that does bring me back to pre-beta, I think. Valorant, back when it was called Project A. I remember the developers stressing. In Project A, I want to be strictly clear. Abilities do not kill. Gunplay comes first. And well, LSD. Sitting back, and the Roomba does everything for him. Exto, we do have Hunter's Fury available. The Jair, 1 off. The lockdown, but he can't actually even get the Ultor because there'll be 2 Odins holding down the angle. If that was intentional from Dynasty, then fantastic read. Galaxy Brain. Purple Sherbet, point blank. And Motion walks right into that bullet. Nameless, on the flip side, walks around to LST. Good 1-for-1s. The ultimates do favor Exo Gaming and Purple Sherbet. Oh my god, once again, it's just, this player is so consistent for tradebacks. He's omnipotent. Oh, what a spray the Purple Sherbet. Over the ace now. Does go down. Stranger. Finally, there to end its tyranny. 1v2, however, has the Hunter's Fury. He has to get an early pick with that ultimate, or else those 2 Odins facing him down. He's gonna have to run time. It doesn't matter. Keto picks him off easily. 13-4. Exo Gaming, they get demolished relatively easily. Well, that was a really fast game 1, already on Ascent. Wow, Dynasty, great plays. Purple Sherbet popping off 26 kills, only 4 first bloods, but he himself almost get 4 off of 30. That's huge for Dynasty Esports Club. All the players of Dynasty just stepping in. Lucas at the bottom, 8 kills, but he was just there to back them up. Use your utility. He's the initiator. Meanwhile, Exto, a bit of a rough time, I really have to admit, but Jair, first half, that Killjoy lockdown, time and time again, he kept getting killed, and it just bought Dynasty more and more rounds. The retake just couldn't happen for Exto. Well, guys, that's your first game of the day, done and dusted, 13-4. Next up, however, in about half an hour, we will have Nebula versus McCord team. So tune in then, and take a break now, come back later. See you then.